Welcome back to Mondo Musings. I'm Nicardo McLean with the women's version of the World Championships Tokyo 2025 Top 20 100 meters form chart. Now, as with the men, the whole idea is to paint a picture of how the main competitors stack up based on the performances that they've put out on the track up to this point in the 2025 season. So, here we go. Now, slipping into the top 10 ahead of some much more decorated names is Ghana born Liberian sprinter Thelma Davies. The 25-year-old former Louisiana State University student has twice breached the 11-second barrier so far this season, going as fast as 10:91 to defeat the likes of fellow top 20 rankers Marie-Josee Smith, Zoe Hobbs, and Amy Hunt in Ostrava towards the end of June. Looking to rebound from a disappointing eighth place result in Budapest 2 years ago, longtime British number one Dina Asher-Smith will run from position number 9 on her form chart. Her 10:93 season's best, which she did while placing second to Olympic champion Julian Alfred at the Stockholm Diamond League event, holds the promise of a peak that could see her seriously challenge for a 100-meter medal for the first time since 2022. However, even a snip of a bronze will likely require her to go faster than the 10:83 PB she ran to take silver in Doha in 2019. At number 8 is the undisputed women's 100 meters GOAT, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Holder of a record 5 world champs titles in her pet event, the 38-year-old Jamaican showed that her competitive fire still burns red hot after almost 2 decades as a pro by grabbing the chance to sign off on the main stage with a third-place finish in a season's best 10:91 at Jamaica Nationals. A final curtain call in the final of a show in which she so often starred would be an end befitting one of the greatest careers in the sport's history. A most untimely injury to U.S. champs fourth placer Alia Hobbs sees Twanisha Terry with a season's best of 10.85 seconds promoted from relay only duty in Tokyo to an individual place in the 100 and seventh place on our form chart. Having finished only 200ths of a second behind Hobbs in Eugene, Terry, who was a creditable fifth in the Olympic final in Paris, should fancy her prospects of adding another top 8 honor in the Japanese capital. At number 6 is America's Kayla White. A member of Dennis Mitchell's All-Star Sprint Squad, the 28-year-old Floridian came from well outside the top 10 on our U.S. Outdoor Championships women's 100 meters form chart to claim a surprise silver in a huge lifetime best of 10.84 seconds in Eugene. Replicating this level of performance in Tokyo should see her make her first appearance in a global final. Meanwhile, in fifth is the familiar face of Shericka Jackson. The silver medalist in the 100 at the last edition of these championships, the Stephen Francis coach star will likely arrive in Tokyo a bit off from the scintillating form in which she touched Budapest 2 years ago. Nevertheless, it would be foolhardy to dismiss the medal chances of a 31-year-old who already has 6 individual world champs medals to her credit. Two-time world junior champion in this event, Tina Clayton, debuts in fourth position on her countdown. winner of a maiden Jamaican senior title in a spectacular personal best of 10.81 seconds at the end of June while still only 20, she should have pretty clear designs on making the final in the Japanese capital. And as her history has shown, it will be a Herculean task to keep her off the podium if she's numbered among the last 8 women left standing come the evening of September 14th. At number 3 is the ever-present Marie-Josee Smith. The Ivorian veteran has already racked up 6 sub-11 times this season, with her 10:87 clocking at the Celestia Diamond League meeting registering as the fastest. It is, however, her 10:90 performance with a 1.5 meter per second headwind against her at Prefontaine that teases something approaching 10:7 shape. Sitting in the second spot is Olympic champion Julian Alfred. The powerful St. Lucian has lost only 1/100 this season, going down by a mere 200ths of a second to world leader Melissa Jefferson-Wooden at the Prefontaine Classic. And while her 10:75 in Stockholm 3 weeks earlier stands as her official season's best, it's that 10:77 into a 1.5 meter per second headwind in Eugene, which indicates that a 10:6 time is in the pipeline, and it could well require a 10:6 something to overcome her latest American arch rival in Tokyo. And at number 1 is the aforementioned Olympic bronze medalist Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, who has been on an absolute tear since opening her season with victory at the inaugural Grand Slam track meet on April 5th. Undefeated in 9/100 since then, she's been running sub 10:8 times for fun, highlighted by 2 10:6s, including a lifetime best 10:65 to win her second U.S. title in the event. Suffice to say, she'll be really tough to beat if she continues to execute as crisply as she has so far this season. And that's it for this women's 100-meter form chart edition of Mondo Musings. Now, Jefferson Wooden or Alfred, who do you think will be the last woman standing when the smoke clears and all the dust settles on Sunday? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks, as always, for checking out the content. Until next time, peeps, Godspeed.